Welcome back to Adventures of PC Wabash. I'm sitting here at my desk that I need to do my leather stuff on. Got all my reloading stuff over there. My room's a wreck, but that's okay. I'm in the middle of doing this project, making this little half pint saddle right here. I've got it all tooled up, and here's like some of the pieces. Now we're to the dyeing stage. So what I'm going to do is start the dyeing. As you can see, it's natural colors here. We're going to go in and start filling up some of the background and maybe do something with the, I don't know, the design part. But that's what it looks like right now. We're going to go fill it, start getting it dyed up, because I got to dye it before I can assemble it. So, bring you back when I start the dyeing process. We're going to do the background in Canyon Tan, which is a little bit darker than the saddle tan I'm going to do the rest of it on, so it should have a good contrast. So let me start dyeing. Okay, we're going to antique a lot of this, but we're going to get this background, so you kind of start in the middle because the leather soaks up the dye, and then you can work your way around it without having to worry so much about it bleeding over into a non-tooled part. Because when you highlight it, you want really just to highlight it color. All this stuff that I'm kind of dyeing and painting up, I will put a resist on it so it won't get dyed. And then I leave all this, the flowers and the little stems and all that, left for the highlighter to take care of that, because we'll resist this whole thing, and then when we put the antique on there, it'll color the leather. It'll leave the saddle tan parts alone, but all that, the range tan part, the canyon tan parts, it'll leave alone, and then it'll dye and get down in all the cut marks on the flower with the antique, because we'll resist this, so it won't have much effect on it. That's the plan, unless I do something else. But we're going to start by doing this background. If I change my mind along the way, I'll let you know what I did. Well, I got everything cut in there for the next part, so we'll let this set up, and then I will put on a resist over all the brown so we can do something with the clear parts. Alright, trying to remember where we took off, but wet forming happened next, and then I dyed everything. Just got done putting a coat of oil all over everything. So we have our fenders pre-bent, our trees on the front, came out pretty good, and the rings. It's got a coat of oil on it, keep it from drying out. The back end here for the jockeys, and let's see, the conchos have a little leather backer, and then I painted the concho silver and popped the 2 holes in it that the straps will go through. The stirrups are pre-bent, have their holes ready to go, their little designs on them. And this is the actual seat. and it's got a little back here where it's been up, dedicated to our buddy Prairie City Slim. That's come out of his collection. I'm doing it for the cancer shoot, and it's time to assemble. Tied the jockeys. We're getting ready to run these strings, run them through the jockeys here, and then get the stirrup straps in place, the fenders. Finally the seat goes on. And I've had it on and bent and worked it, so when everything's all nice and tight, how it goes, come out pretty good. So we will start assembling, maybe this evening, maybe tomorrow, but it's coming. Well, we're coming along. We're at the concho point, which is step number 13. We're almost done. Should be done with the saddle portion by the end of the day. I'm going to put these conchos on now. They're on my board here, prepped and ready to go. So, here we go. Now, the easiest way I found to put these conchos on in a halfway manner that don't stretch out is take a stylus, and I use this one, it's one of my oldest ones, and go all the way through the hole. And, well, hold on. Well, you first put on a needle. Where'd my needle go? Right here. One of these needles with the split and the prongs, and put it on the lace, because that really helps you make your way through that concho hole, because they're small. So get it on there, make sure that it's set, and you can hear it when the prongs go through the leather, and you can feel it too. Make sure your shiny side is up, which is your finished side. Make sure the hole is there so you can easily access it, and you want to go in from behind the brown spacer, and they close up fairly quickly, the concho holes. You wouldn't think that, but they do. And now, once you're there, you can get you a utility, your multi tool. And see how easy that went on. Then you just repeat it, get some slack in it, pull that needle back out. Make sure the shiny side grabs the prongs. Set them prongs in place. And now you're ready to go through the bottom hole or the top hole, depending on which one you put in. Grab your pliers again. And pull that through. And it's a tight fit. It came undone. Now I gotta go back and get it again. Well, we got the seat in. These tie down like this. This is one of them little mini conchos, and that tightened right up. So I got to put little mini conchos on all those points, and that'll get them strings out the way. Because once I get them on, I'll trim them to, I think some of them are a little longer, but these are 1/2 inch, trim to 1/2 inch. I don't know what the other ones are so far, but that came together nice. What is not clear in the kit is how to put this saddle piece on. These tabs kind of fold up the back of the saddle horn in this configuration right here, and then you wet form them. So when it's time to lace it all together like I just did, because it's glued right here under the seat, contact cement, so it's done, it ain't moving. So I'm going to let it set up and then come and put, only 2 pieces I got left is the stirrups and 5 conchos, maybe 6, might be one laying here on the floor somewhere. Alright, well, we'll come back when we, I think the last step is stirrups and the lining, which is over there. We're past step 12 now. We're closing in on 13. Then we put the pile lining on, lace up the fenders, and do the stirrups right here. Alright, catch y'all when it's getting closer. Now what I did on the little conchos is I ran the lace, then hooked it to this needle, pushed it through the hole, and grabbed it with my pliers. Now I just got to even out the laces and tie the blood knot. And once you have your little itty bitty concho in, then you just slide it down evenly till it makes contact with the saddle. Right there, and then you just pull it tight. And it locks them stitches in. Now, the difficulty part is not that, it's doing these micro mini blood knots. small itty bitty blood knots, which are right here. You got to cut a slit in it very carefully, then feed the bottom one up through and pull it tight, then cut another hole and feed the bottom one, so the end result looks like this. You can see on this one, that's kind of hard to see, right here, this little blood knot, and that's the back. So now that's how the whole entire saddle cinches up. But I got this little piece of leather here, this little piece, that I kind of protect the concho and the saddle and pull it back up over top of it like that, so I can get my, I'm using a utility knife, get my utility knife in here very carefully, try to center it right in the center of the lace, and get that hole poked in there. Now what we have a blood knot hole started. If I can get it hit. Got laces going everywhere. And see how that came through the other side right there. Now what we got to do is get a point on here which got messed up. So I will cut a pretty good taper on it. Find my hole again. Get it fed up in there. Right there is the tip of the lace. Get my utility malta tool. I got it started through there, and it's a tight fit too, because you don't want to make these holes so big that they don't hold. There we go. We got the top through, and you see how it kind of makes like a little knot there, right there. And now we got to do the same thing. We pull this one up like this. Slit that top lace again. So we got to protect. Now we got some of the knot done, so we have to protect it with that mini small piece of leather. And we got that slit cut in there. Now we got to open it up right here. That's my tool to open it up with. Then we're going to slide the bottom lace through the hole again. Grab it, pull it up through, and you want it to come out flat, so you kind of got to manipulate it a little bit and get it to come around. Now I got it through. It's locked in place. Now what we got to do is tap it. Figure out a way to get it to tap down with a hammer. And this is a little knot like that is hard. But as you can see, I got it done. So that's locked in. And what we're going to do, according to the directions, is trim these up. I don't know if you can see how long it is. So, like the middle section had I guess you're leaving these kind of long, because you got them cementing together at the very end. So we'll just leave these hanging. We'll put a cleaner cut, a cleaner angle on it, because we kind of abused it with the needle coming through. So we'll just clean up that cut. That way they have a nice finished look to them right there. See a nice clean angle on it. Now we'll do the next two, and then we'll go on the other side and do the other three, and that part of the saddle will be done. Then we'll come back at the stirrups. Well, that was a chore, but I got them all on. All these little micro blood knots. Whew, I had to do two of them over again because I tore the lace. As you can see, it's not very thick. But they're in there. The seat is solid. Put a little double-sided glue on the tab here and glued that down, so it's got a nice little rise in the seat here. But it's coming out pretty good. Now I'm getting ready to stitch the what is it called, stirrup, or the fenders here. Getting ready to lace them, and then it's time to try to hook the little stirrups up. Alright, be back in a second. Alright, back with the final update on the half pint roper. Got the little straps right there and have a touch of double-sided tape on it right there to hold them in place. And we got this side over here, same thing. Them little bleed knots were chore. And we got the fleece underneath. Just took the clamps off at the front. So put a little glue on each corner to hold this front up a little bit. So there it is in all its glory. It will be a lamp in the end. It'll be a lamp. That's what this big hole is in the seat to run the cords and the lampshade through it. It didn't come out too bad. First time ever building something like that. Lots of parts. And the little stirrups. It's pretty cool. Alright. Well, if you liked it, share and subscribe. This is going to make somebody a fine lamp. It'll be up for sale at the cancer match in October. Later.